In the heart of Yaba, Lagos, between the noise of buses and the smell of fried puff-puff, there stood a small fashion shop. A place everyone called Tolu's Touch, where fabric feels alive. From the outside, it looked ordinary. But those who stepped inside said the clothes felt like they were breathing. Madam Tolu was no ordinary tailor. Her hands moved faster than her scissors, and her designs, they had life in them. When customers wore her clothes, heads turned. Even strangers stopped to stare. She'd laugh and say, "When you wear Tolu's Touch, even your enemies go greet you first." But what no one knew was that her thread was not ordinary thread. Before her boutique opened, Tolu worked at the mainland General Hospital morgue. Her duty? To clean the cold floors and dress the dead before their families claimed them. One night during a power cut, she found herself alone with a body. The man's skin was smooth, still warm from embalming. Curiosity took over. She cut a small piece from his thigh and hid it in her bag. At home, she ironed it. She stretched it, and the skin behaved like fabric, soft, strong, perfect. She whispered to herself, "Fabric of life itself. Lagos go here." From that night, her material was never ordinary again. Every unclaimed body became her supplier. At Tolu's Touch, she never started with your measurements. She'd lean forward, smile sweetly, and ask, "Which part do you want to carry?" She'd explain like it was fashion talk. If you want to be heard, take the tongue. If you want people to see you, take the eyes. For boldness, the teeth. For wisdom, the head. Customers laughed, thinking it was just art. But behind her curtain, Tolu was sewing human parts into fabric. Each stitch had a pulse. Each dress had a soul. Her first big customer was Ani Bose, the loudest woman in Tejuosho Market. She wanted attention. She said, "Madam, I want people to hear me pass radio." Tolu smiled. "Take the tongue gown. You'll never lack words." The next day, Bose became a star. Her jokes made everyone laugh. Her gossip filled the market. But soon, she couldn't stop. Secrets spilled from her mouth uncontrollably, even her own. She screamed her husband's affairs in public, confessed her neighbor's pregnancy, and accused her pastor on Sunday morning. At night, her tongue swelled until it couldn't fit her mouth. Her reflection whispered things she never said. People started calling her radio without off button. And in her sleep, her tongue still moved. Next was Kunnel, a shy programmer tired of being invisible. He said, "I want people to notice me." Tolu handed him a white shirt embroidered with dozens of tiny eyes. "Wear this," she said, "and the world will see you." It worked at first. His boss praised him, his crush smiled at him. He finally felt alive. But then, the eyes began blinking. In traffic, they stared at him from mirrors. At night, they watched him from the ceiling. Soon, the eyes on his shirt moved, darting left and right. He tore the shirt apart and found real eyes sewn beneath the cloth. He ran screaming into the Lagos night, shouting, "Stop looking at me." Then came Femi, a flashy club promoter from Lekki. He wanted to shine more than diamond. Tolu smiled and handed him an agbada lined with teeth along the collar. "Attract power," she whispered. For weeks, he was unstoppable, charming, fearless, envied. But one night, he started biting. First his nails, then cuffs, then his own tongue. At a club, he laughed, and his teeth fell out one by one. Before people could react, new ones grew, sharper, animal-like. They say he vanished after that night, but some swear they still hear growling behind Tolu's old shop. Elder Deo, a retired teacher, wanted wisdom. Tolu gave him an agbada stitched with strange head patterns. "Wear this," she said, "and wisdom will follow you." At first, he spoke with power and memory sharper than ever. But soon, another voice began speaking inside him, a voice that wasn't his. At meetings, he argued with himself aloud. One afternoon, his outfit swelled at the shoulder, as if another head was pushing out. Women screamed, and Elder Deo fainted, mumbling, "He wants to come out." One night, they all came. Bose, Kunnel, Femi, Deo, their bodies twisted by Tolu's creations. They demanded answers. Tolu laughed. "You all wanted power. You wanted to be seen, heard, feared. Now carry it." The fabrics came alive, crawling across the floor. Gowns sprouted tongues. Shirts blinked. Agbadas bit and tore flesh. Then her sewing machine began to move on its own. Threads shot out like snakes, wrapping around her arms and legs. Tolu screamed as the machine pulled her in. Her final words echoed, Now who goes sow your soul?" And the shop burst into blue flames, fire that burned without smoke. By morning, Tolu's touch was gone. But people say, if you pass that street at midnight, you'll still hear the hum of a sewing machine, and a soft voice asking, "Which part do you want to carry?" Moral of the story: evil doesn't start with blood, it starts with desire. Tolu wanted beauty, but stitched her soul into darkness. Remember, not every gift is a blessing, and not every touch brings beauty. Because when you chase power through evil, one day, evil will wear you. Thank you for watching this story from Mind and Heart Journey. If you enjoyed this journey into African horror, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the continent. We'll see you in the next one.